And we start today's video on Salem. In this series I will start a new character from scratch. I do have 2 stats at 6 bios because I started this in Tutorial Island, but I didn't raise any more skills. So it's a fresh character. You can see me moving around. What is this? What is this? What is this? Is this a mistake in Providence? What? Who did this? Anyway, I hope they fix it. My character's name is ThePoyo, YT. And in this series all you will see is just me playing. I'll try to comment on what I do. And I'll try to divide this series in maybe in episodes of 30 minutes or possibly 1 hour. Just yesterday there was a new update. They introduced flagpoles. You can see this one says Salem. And then there's a pirate flag over there. And well, newbies, what do you do as a newbie? As soon as you get out of Tutorial Island, you go to a lean-to. So I already chose my lean-to. This here is my map. I will take out the map because I don't want you guys to find me so easily. And I will teleport home. So I go to Adventure, Travel, and Home. And I will start building my base, setting up my claimstone, but I have no silver, I have nothing. So let's see what we can find. When we just start, we have a very slow teleporting speed, or travel time if you prefer to say it that way. But it's more like teleport. And I gathered some items. Some of the items I gathered were these to raise my skills. I have 9.99 out of 10 kilograms. I'm so precise. I chose this location mainly because I have a well here. It's always good to have a good source of water. Water could have been better, but I just chose the well. I don't think I'll be fishing anytime. It's not so good. It might be fun for some players. So let's start studying some skills now that I'm overweight. We can right-click on the smooth stone and study it. We have no skills available yet, so let's study another one. And we got several of the skills to a full bar, so I will be getting settling. I forgot about that, so I should probably rush that skill. And I should also rush fences, so I will go with hammer and nails because I want to make my fences. And now I want to choose settling. I need law and lore. For law and lore, a grass whistle is very nice. So let's study 2 of those. And I need to recover. Luckily we have pine cones. If we right click on them and gather pine cone, we can get these pine cones. Now we can just remove the cone scales. I Control Alt click them to throw them away because I hate them. And we can eat one of these to recover black bile. We wait a bit. And let's study the other grass whistle. We can raise law and lore now. And we have the settling skill unlocked, finally. Now we have to raise all of these skills to this amount. So Control T, we choose settling, we read the amounts. We see that we need perennial philosophy. Perennial philosophy is very difficult to get for newbies. But there's a trick, we just need to find a... what do you call this? A crow. So let's teleport back to Providence. Oh, but I'm too full. We have to get rid of some stuff here. Well, let's study this worm to get... I need black bile. Okay, let's study this worm to get cloak and dagger, because we will need that in order to hunt. And now we can go to Providence because that worm was very heavy, like 4 kilograms. Imagine a worm that heavy. Okay, so we're almost there. Hopefully it's fast enough. And we want to make another grass whistle to get our law and lore up. They are very easy to make. We just grab one of these things floating on the water in Providence. Oh look, and we found a snail. Let's grab the snail. If we cook this, it's actually very good for gluttony at starting levels. And why not some items to replenish our stats, and in an autumn grass. This on the floor, mixed with this other thing, make a grass whistle. So we craft, we go to the craft menu or press C, I for inspirationals, and T for toys. And we see the grass whistle, so we press G and craft. It will use both of these items, and we get 3 charges of grass whistle. We study 1. We run out of black bile. Every time we study something, our black bile goes down. Oh look, someone left a beaver. I do not recommend leaving animals dead on the floor. Or you could be... It's actually very bad. If you're a newbie, never leave dead animals on the floor, never. Witches like to get those animals and they cause lots of harm to you. I would like to get into specifics, but I can't. We have a sugar cap here. We can probably gluten that right now. Let's see. No, we can't. We would need something else to complement it. Let's continue walking around. We can take out the map here. So what we want to find right now is a crow, because we want to raise our settling skill. We should also study a smooth stone because we need natural philosophy down here. So let's study that. We should study another grass whistle and eat one more pine nut. These crickets, I can't kill them yet, but I will kill them eventually. Where can we find crows? They should be around here. So many rabbits jumping. Okay, so another skill we need is sparks and embers. Over here, sparks and embers. It's very easy to raise that skill. We just need to find 2 stones, actually 2 flints, and press on rock maracas. We craft that item. And we dance. Okay, and one more. Now we are just missing perennial philosophy. We need that crow. Where can we find it? They're usually flying around here or just waiting to be scared off. So let's try and find one. Those turkeys. The settling skill is very important because of our claimstone. We want to get our land first. Oh look, and someone was using their flute here in Providence. They were changing the biome. That's very interesting. And that's a lot of inspiration used by them. Okay, why can't I find anything? Let's pick up some stuff on the way. There used to be many crows before. I don't know what happened. Or we can also find a deviled wort, I think it's called. It's like a red plant. For inspiration requirements, you can just check the wiki. Oh, look! An albino squirrel. No, actually, it probably did not render correctly. Squirrels are supposed to be brown. Okay, if you see the minimap, scroll on the minimap, we see a snail here. So let's grab the snail. Actually, could study this snail. Let's see. I mean, Glutton the snail. Pluck. Okay, I had to eat that milkweed root to finish the level up. So how does Gluttony work exactly? Well, you have stats. I have 6, 6, 5, 6. So it goes red, blue, yellow, black. Whenever you eat, you see there's an item here. Sugar caps. Points 5, 5, 5, 5. So every time I gobble one of these sugar caps, I will get 5 points toward that bile. But only the maximum level, the maximum bile counts. So my maximum bile is 6. So if I want to raise yellow bile, I need to raise 6 points. And it will increase by 1. Very simple mechanic. Just difficult for newbies to understand sometimes. So, do you see this thing rolling? It's let's grab it. We right click on it. Sometimes it's hard to right click on it, but if you get it, oh look, there's a crow. Anyway, what I got was a tumbleweed. It's a very good inspirational. We scare off the crow. Here, don't go into the water because then it drops the feather into the water. No! Okay, whenever a crow just gets scared, it flies away. But anything that's dropped into the water will get lost. For example, I just picked up this honeysuckle kudzu. If we drop it into the water, did you hear that? We lost it forever. Oh, and I got a worm. Worms like to eat honeysuckle kudzus. See, now it gives up to 5 blood points. There's a point where it turns into a cocoon. If I glutton this, it should give me 1 blood point because the minimum blood it gives is 6, maximum 6.5. And there's another tumbleweed. That's actually good for leveling up. And we are waiting for that crow to leave the water. Doesn't matter, right? Let's just make it fly away so that you see what happens. Okay, so it flew away and it dropped its feather. We'll probably find another one then. Oh look, there's a purple mushroom here. It's a lavender bluet. It's very good for yellow bile. Let's continue. 7 stats. So we can study the worm and then the lavender bluet. And another tumbleweed. Look, there's another crow in the water. And so many rabbits. I hate them. Oh, I cannot swim because I do not have a skill yet. Okay, move. Perfect. Perfect. There. So, I come closer, you see it dropped a feather. I just right click on it and study it. It gives 185 perennial philosophy. And I finally got the settling skill. I can make my own stake claim, but I have no silver. So what can I do about silver? There is a skill called... where is it? Well, first I need exploration. Exploration will help me find more stuff. It's good for starting out, and it's a very easy skill to raise. You probably just need 2 smooth stones. Let's eat a milkweed root to recover blood bile and study exploration. Now, what else do we need? We probably also need hiking to go up cliffs. Usually new characters can't go up cliffs if they are too high. So when it's rough terrain, they cannot really walk through. So let's raise that skill. We need another smooth stone. And we need food as well. Look, nuts. Hickory nuts. Hickory nuts. These nuts are very good for blood bile. Let's continue this way. And actually we can study some random thing. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about this. If you just go to a tree... Oh, let's get the leaves first. Okay, if you pick branch, and if you do it a lot, you will eventually find a rare branch. It's called a broken bow. Or that's how I think you pronounce it. So there we go. This item is very good for starting off. It gives a lot of stats. See, I got like a bunch of level ups in everything. And we get hiking. Another skill we need is foraging to find stuff. What can we find? Yes, let's get foraging. Should also be an easy skill, we just need smooth stones. They're pretty OP. And I'm missing just 1 level up. Let's get some flint for rock maracas. Maybe 2 more of these to make grass whistles. We might need those eventually. Let's craft them, and while we craft them, let's eat 1 hickory nut to replenish our black bile. And let's pick some nuts. Another autumn grass. Oh, and let's do something. If we go to movement, I like to get run, F2. You never know when you might have to run. But as a newbie, it really eats up your phlegm. Phlegm is what you need to make certain actions. Crafting. We can craft many things now. But it's better to just get your skills that you need first. So I have settling and I want foraging. Sometimes if you get these logs on the floor, you can get... There. Smooth stone. Okay, so now let's raise our foraging skill. And this is a skill that I wanted to unlock. Indian tracking. Indian tracking allows you to get these Indian feathers. And you may ask, how did I get one before getting Indian tracking? Well, I just found it in a log. Sometimes they're just there. So it says, Indian tracking affords you greater success when searching for plants and people. We don't really want to find people, right? They might kill us. Dun -dun. So let's raise everything we need for this. Oh, there's a crow. We never know when we need its feather, so let's pick up the feather. Pick up the feather. Oh. Inception. No, that was just a lag spike. If you do not see any smooth stone and you're just walking by, you can just get rotten logs and you can get one smooth stone. We can study one grass weasel, but first we need to replenish our black bio. There we go. We need another grass weasel because we need to finish our faith skill. We study sparks and embers, but luckily we got the rocks on the floor. See, we have rocks on the floor. Let's study this as well. And what are we missing? Natural philosophy. We can study the beetle, but it's actually too good to study the beetle. So let's get another smooth stone. And look on the minimap, we found sunflower. Let's go towards the sunflower. Here it is. Actually, you guys don't see it. There. Now you see it. Let's pick it up. Indian tracking, natural philosophy. Where is our... Okay, there it is. I see it now. There's a smooth stone right here. And another lavender bluet. Let's get this one. Here it is. Let's study this item. And now we have Indian tracking. What else do we need for our base? Berries. These berry bushes replenish every half a day, I think, or 6 hours. I think half a day. Anyway, we are in Providence, so from anywhere in Providence we can just adventure, travel home. Anywhere in Providence. But once I'm home, I cannot just go to Providence. I have to be near my lean-to, or I cannot teleport. Don't forget that. So I need to get some skills that are necessary for me to start working. Whittling might be nice. Look, in these logs we can find stuff. A worm, for example. Let's study the worm. We can get self-defense. We just need sparks and embers now. Okay, so that did it. Self-defense. So now I can punch. But who can I punch? Even if I know how to punch, I cannot punch anyone. Weird, right? But here, let's show you the punch. It's a nice punch. Let's put it on F5. Every punch lowers our yellow bile. And as yellow bile goes down, every punch goes weaker. So be careful when using your punches. It's not a good idea to just attack and attack and attack. The first part of the game usually involves exploring. Look. I studied that beetle, that horrible sound. Let's see what skills are we going to need later on. Back alley pugilism, we will need that, so it says it requires sparks and embers. Let's raise sparks and embers. Let's eat our hickory nut and continue looking at stuff. In order to get water out of the well, we need a container, which we don't have yet, but we will have. Normal worms are not needed. Oh, and look at these bushes. If we pick berries from here, they are also very good for black bile. And we can gluten right now, so let's gluten our fat worm. Our lavender bluet, which has a 50% chance to go down by 50%. It didn't. Another one, because the minimum stat is 7. And look, we have the gluttony option appear once again. Why is this? Because for every 3 points you gain, you get a bonus timer off. So whenever you want to glutton, it's a good idea to do it from 3 to 3 when you're starting off. If you are already a well-established player, well, then you have other methods to level up even faster. There are so many inspirationals here. Let's study one cobweb to gain threads and needles. And whittling. We need to get whittling. How are we going to get this skill? Craft, inspirationals, toys. Look, we have a lumberwood figurine. 3 branches, 1 log. And that thing that we threw to the floor. So let's get pine cones. Let's remove the cone scales. And let's pick up 3 branches. 1, 2, 3 very heavy branches and craft. Okay, so we got 2 charges of a lumberwood figurine. And we have no black bile, so let's eat something, a hickory nut. And study 1 level of this. Look, we can buy whittling. We unlocked this spinning top. Actually, we unlocked more stuff. Even buildings. A makeshift table. What a small table. Is this a joke? Whittler's table. This is very important for us. But we have no claim yet. We have to sell stuff. So let's try to find stuff. And study. And until we can eventually afford a claimstone. And then we can build stuff there. There's nothing here. Hopefully we will find something of value. If you're lucky enough to find a snake skull, you can actually sell that for 1,000 silver to any other players in Salem, but be careful. There is no real trading system, so getting scammed can be a thing. And there's no penalty for scamming in this game. So read the forums, make sure you trade with someone who's actually real and not fake. Some people fake themselves and try to be other players. And what else? What other piece of advice can I give you when trading? Just make sure it's someone who is well known to be a good trader. Okay, we are overweight and we cannot really get silver this way. So let's study some things like beetles. Let's raise this skill. Let's eat a hickory nut. What else can we find? And don't worry about getting lost. Just don't walk for hours because you might go too far. You will never get lost. There's a button down here that says display homestead pointer. So if I walk to that direction, I will go to my lean-to, where I can teleport back to Providence. And look what I found, an Indian arrowhead. Those are the 2 items that I wanted to find. So now I can craft inspirationals and a savage charm. I have the arrowhead and the feather. I'll equip it for now. Control E to see my inventory. I mean my equipment. It's in my next slot, but that's where I can store it for now. Eventually I will sell it to get silver for my claimstone. I have to find a bunch of these. They are not so difficult to find. They're actually very easy to find if you have a minimap. But I'm not using my minimap because, yeah, it's very easy to kill a newbie. Or, in a more funny way, it's very easy for someone to just make me kill myself. That's why it's always good to claim your land. If you do not claim your land, then someone else will, and you will be stuck in your own land, and you will not be able to move, and you will eventually die. So another level up. Let's get some more berries. And if we go to craft fruits and berries, we can do a berry on a straw. We require 4 berries and 1 autumn grass. Now we get 1 piece of food with 4 charges here. And they heal a lot more. And right, we can glutton once again. So let's just, I don't know. Our yellow bile and black bile are low. But it doesn't matter. Let's just raise our phlegm once, twice, and we can raise 1 other skill. What can we raise? Here, black bile. Oh, I ate the beetle. Do I have a hickory nut? Yeah, here. There, 3. And did you see I got a minus 30 minutes timer? Yeah, every piece of food you glutton has a timer. For example, the berry has a 6 minutes timer. You can increase the effectiveness of the bonus timer by leveling up your sugar and spices. I believe you get the bonus for every 50 proficiency points. Yeah, it's a lot, I know. All of these worms. I like those worms because, well, they weigh a lot, but they're actually very good for skills such as cloak and dagger. I'm still overweight, so I should study some other stuff. Can I get bug hunting to kill crickets? By the way, I have another video on how to kill crickets very easily. So if you want to kill crickets, then I do recommend bug hunting. Let's get bug hunting. It should take like 2 smooth stones, right? Yeah. A very simple skill to get. And look what I found. Someone lives here. And another crow. Let's get its feather. If you do not claim your land, besides some other people trying to get it, your stuff will decay. And you will lose your stuff. Ah, look. What a nice gift. But those worms are so heavy that I move so slow. What does bullying do? Yeah, that's to push pilgrims around. And yellow belly, that might actually be a useful skill. When you are like knocked out before dying, you can offer people money so that they get money and you do not die. You get teleported to Providence. Look, they left a wooden handle and broken bows. So let's just use their stuff, right? Because they have no claim. But I have to use these worms because they are too heavy. So let's study this. Oh, I am low on black bile. Okay, we study this, we raise a skill, we study the other one. And let's raise Cloak and Dagger again, because it's not an easy skill to raise as a newbie. Let's steal this guy's broken bow. And the other one as well. Why not? And let's check what he has in the box. Oh, 2 bones and a rabbit skin. And a bunch of clay. But we do not need that. What I really want though is his bed. I will take his bed home. Actually, I shouldn't take it because it's very easy to craft. But why not? Let's just store it in another lean-to. You can store stuff in your lean-to up to 2 things. See? And then you can take it out. Oop. If you're starting out, that's like your safe place. You can craft a box and store stuff there. So let's study some more things just to get rid of stuff in my inventory. Fishing, I will not be using fishing. What else can I level up? Let's just level up a bunch of skills, right? That might be useful. There we go. So one thing we will really need, back alley pugilism, so low and lore. Let's get rid of some other stuff. Study, eat, essential mineralogy. I think that allows me to get some minerals like clay, I'm not really sure. And I'm finally not overweight, do you see? I have 10.24 kilograms. I have more than I used to have before. How can this be? Because yellow bile increases your weight capacity. I have 6 yellow bile, I used to have 5. Anyway, that's all for now. I don't want to make the video so long and boring, so... well, it already is boring, so... I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye. And do I have the wave? Yeah, I have the wave. Goodbye. Oh, I should have put song on this video, right?